Well, thank you very much. You see, we're in a country where everything seems like a joke, a huge joke. I mean, how can a lawless government, a government that has not been known to obey any law, now suddenly wake up to become, an advocate of obeying law? And which law to start with? As I speak with you, all research institutes in Nigeria are on strike and they are being paid. So where is the law?
So what is it? Why do they have it in for ASUU, if that is indeed the case?
In Nigeria, there's this disdain for intellectualism. Even the narrative, the way they talk to us, in such condescending manner, tells you that we are in a country where, people don't have respect for intellect. Because if they do, we won't be where we are today. The committee set up yesterday will be the 4th committee set up to negotiate with our union. And what is it that we are negotiating? We are negotiating a condition of service last reviewed in 2009. We thank the Committee of Vice Chancellors, for their interest in bringing the strike to an end. But even their recommendation leaves more to be desired. I am saying that against the backdrop of the fact that if you have reviewed a people's condition of service 13 years ago, I don't think that it is fair on those who work in the especially in the tertiary education sector, to now be dragged into a discussion of 50% to represent 50% and all that. So how many percentage per year in 13 years? So these are critical questions but rather than engaging in all this shenanigan, what government needs to do is to sit down with our union. Pro-chancellors and vice-chancellors are not in dispute with government. It is our union that is in dispute with government. Yeah. And it is dispute as of right. We had an agreement, you failed to implement the agreement, we complained, we appealed, we wrote to you, we gave you notices, you refused to do nothing.
Yeah, but
and then we commenced the strike, and you are talking about no work, no pay, no. If you say no work, no pay, we tell you no pay, no work.
The vice chancellors and pro-chancellors, they say as elders of the community, the academia, they cannot sit by, fold their arms, and watch the entire edifice collapse. Is why they feel constrained to come in and find some middle ground. Maybe they feel that they might not be as, shall we say, radical. They'll be more open to reasoning. So you can understand it, why government will be reaching in that direction, because the lecturers themselves, that is your good selves, those guys don't agree.
No, but we do. Look, let me start by telling you how we agree. When we started this negotiation in 2017, Boale Babalaki, for one reason, he failed. Muzale Jubril concluded the negotiation 2021 May. Government didn't do anything until 14th February 2022 when we started the strike. They jettisoned the report of Muzale Jubril and then set up the Nimi Briggs Committee. Nimi Briggs went round these same government agencies, including the minister, and gave us an offer. So in the spirit of we go agree, we accepted the offer.
Even though it was less than you wanted.
Even though it was less than what we originally negotiated. And we were optimistic that this time around, since it was an offer from government, it wouldn't create any further problem. And within the twinkle of an eye, 360-degree from government to now say we can only give 23-point-something% and 35% to pro. Look, it's so annoying. And it's unacceptable to us. And in any case, we have also told government, should you find any part of the proposal difficult to implement, come back to the negotiating table. we will discuss and agree. But now government finds it more convenient to go to press conference to say what is not right, to call pro-chancellors and draft them into another round of negotiation, which are diversionary. And then you come back to say that we've been on strike for X amount of months and you will not pay. And government is deliberately prolonging the strike action, as you can see.
Yeah, but what do you think of government's sort of reasoning that, look, there is this regulation that you can't pay for work not done. And government doesn't want to be seen to be, I understand it, breaking the law. Can you, as intellectuals, academicians, not understand that, if you want to call it, academic part of it, and therefore enable government to be able to continue meaningfully, if they insist on that point?
You see, we have not even reached that point.
Okay.
We will get to that point when all the issues and disputes have been resolved.
Because it's not just about pay. As you said, you see, it's about conditions of service,
yes,
which include...
pay is just one of it. There's funding for revitalization. There's money that they are owing us that they are going to pay in 2023 when they are no longer in government. So we have not reached that point. The point that we are now is that we have not resolved any of the contending issues that led to this strike action. Now, you talked about law. Yeah, but even if we go into jurisprudence, law, what is law? Who enacted those laws? For whom were those laws enacted? And for what purpose? But there's also a bigger law. There's the International Labour Organization Convention, to which Nigeria is a signatory, which says you can't criminalize people who go on strike. And nobody can be victimized for participating in a strike action, which stems from dispute of rights. So who is going to punish Ngige? Or Adamu? Or even the president for creating the enabling environment for us to go on strike? And that's where you will see, the mischief in the law. You force a people to do a thing. Look, workers are not slaves. And for goodness sake, we are also citizens in this country. And this idea that governments, can write rough shots on citizens must stop.